This story is sponsored by the Central Minnesota Federal Credit Union in Cold Spring.
Matt Leiter here as ROOCRI 3-3 on the season travels to Willmar, who is 4-2 on the season. ROOCRI trying to string back-to-back wins together for the first time all season long. It is very cold and windy as we head down to Willmar for this contest tonight on senior night. And with ROOCRI having most of their starters back, we'll look at Dane Voselka, the running back slash linebacker for the Spartans, to lead the way in the ROOCRI victory. It will need a big game on the ground due to the high winds in Willmar. The Spartans would start with the ball, and it would be old ROOCRI fashion. They'd sweep it right to Schneider, getting nice blocking once again from that tremendous offensive line who we've talked all season long about. And the Spartans would set up a nice drive on their opening possession here. Olsen dropping back to pass, avoids the rush, finds Bork across the middle. Bork holds on after the big hit over the middle of the field, and it's a first down for the Spartans. A little swing pass to Nick Schneider. Nice block by Hansen to spring him, and the Spartans are moving the chains time and time again on their first drive here. A handoff up the middle to Voselka. Devo with a huge run, and he picks up the first down. And for ROOCRI, it looked like we'd be part of a shootout here as Olsen hooking up with Lardy for his 7th TD grab of the season. And John Lardy has been one of many bright spots for the ROOCRI Spartans. And Verkosa adds on the extra point, giving the Spartans a 7-0 lead. ROOCRI's defense would step up huge here. Adam Gertkin and Joby Rausch flying through the middle, forcing a field goal attempt by the Willmar Cardinals. They would miss wide right, and the Spartans would take over on downs. This game was full of hard hits all game long, and Willmar would step up their defense for the remainder of the first half there. Brad Olsen sacked for the first time in the game in just the handful time this year. And ROOCRI defense back at it once again. Joby Rausch and Corey Crosby in on the tackle. Here Olsen trying to scramble, gets loose, goes up the middle, and he's going to get his legs cut out right from underneath him. He would be okay, but the hard hits continue for ROOCRI. Brian Hansen would get his second interception in just as many games. That one a huge interception as Willmar was driving. ROOCRI's defense sputters once again, but there is Joby Rausch, who has clogged the middle time and time again, and this is a play that would kill the Spartans all game long. A little inside shovel pass to number 14, and he gets all the way down inside scoring range. A couple plays later, Willmar dropping back to pass, finds a wide open receiver, and we are all knotted up at 7 late in the second quarter. ROOCRI would open up their passing game. Olsen finding Lardy. The little man jumps up high, gets the catch, and stays in bounds with those 2 feet. Will be wrestled out of bounds, but the Spartans would go to the air once again just a few plays later on in the drive. Olsen to Hansen. Hansen with a beautiful catch over his shoulder, and Olsen feathered it in there just nicely. And this time, watch Nick Schneider. His right knee is going to get taken out by number 54. Kind of tweaked it there. Schneider would lay down on the turf for a couple minutes, would walk off under his own volition, but he would be done for the remainder of the game, and Dane Voselka would have to step up huge for the Spartans. He gets a couple nice lead blocks, gets down to the 1, but it would be called back due to a hold, setting up 4th and long. And Felipe Verkosa trying for the 42-yard field goal, misses wide left. So the Spartans shooting themselves in the foot late in the second quarter. Willmar would take over. Derek Eisenschink with nice defense on the receiver on the near side to force the incompletion. And here a handoff to Corey Hansen. Very elusive is Corey Hansen, but the Spartans were able to bottle him up all game long there. Devo number 31 for the Spartans, able to get the tackle right around the line of scrimmage. And the Spartans would get the ball back. Olsen to Eisenschink, gets out of bounds. And this is a very scary play. Watch Olsen scramble out of the pocket to his right, and he will be thrown down to the ground way out of bounds, collides with the bench, would hurt his shoulder, would hurt his right elbow, stayed in the game to find Lardy. Lardy takes a shot, ball popped in the air, and that is how the first half would end, as there's a bunch of flags on the play for illegal blocking. And we'll take a look at the Lardy hit one more time as we go to half.
This story is sponsored by the Central Minnesota Federal Credit Union in Cold Spring. The credit union is proud to support the rich tradition of ROOCRI athletics and the contribution it makes to student development. At the Central Minnesota Federal Credit Union, all ROOCRI athletes are champions in our community.